World of YouTube Archie here with another video for my series, the King Philip War. And right now, you're looking at a driveway that leads to a not such a big mountain, but a mountain big enough to be high and have a light pole for planes not to crash into. So but there's a distinctive tale I want to tell about this place, and it's got to do with my wife and a dream she had that she told me about about 10 12 years ago. And it's got to do with this house up a few about 100 yards, but just wanted to show you a detailed view of how the power lines go up. And as you can see, it starts off to a the bottom of the hill. This is 5th Mass Turnpike Road in Fitchburg. And down here we have a house my wife grew up in. And in a dream she had, and I'm all about the dreams, because dreams bring you and give you details about a lot of things. And as you can see up in this backyard, which I'll try and zoom in, I got a little time here before I don't want nobody coming out thinking I'm stalking them, but you see up there, them are some rocks. Like I said, we're at the bottom of a mountain. Pretty much you can call it a mountain. And in this house, she supposedly had a dream about going up in these woods here at the top of it. And at the top, and I've been there before in the late 90s. It was about early 90s. I would say about 94. I was hanging around my wife from high school. Her aunt lives on the other side of this mountain in another house used to live in. And that would go up into this, in the backyard area, would bring you to the top of this mountain. Now me and one of her other friends at the time went to the top of this mountain to go camping. And up there is a huge slab of rock that covers pretty much the top of it. And it slopes down and everything, and it's flat at top, and we were going to go camping up there. And when you know, the wind was so bad up there on that particular day that the lantern I had knocked over my tent almost catch on fire. But not knowing at the time about this dream, which I probably, like I said, 12 years ago, 10 years ago is when she came upon it, and I started doing this King Philip War thing. She remembered it, and it sparked my memory about it. And the dream goes is that she walked up in these hills, and at the top she came to a tribe of Indians sitting around the fire, just sitting there talking as they were normal, just pretty much having a normal conversation of what they used to do back around the fires, and tell their stories to the young warriors. The older tribesmen would tell the story to the younger tribes, the warriors, about their times and wars, and that's what they do. But now that I think about it, and it comes across my mind, and how big this hill is, I'm about to wonder if this is one of their hideouts in the King Philip War. This is not in the books, not in nothing of the history. This is my thoughts and theories, and I think that they are accurate. I'm going to go with that, because with dreams, when you go to the dead of the spirits of the Indians, which they were so, very, very trustworthy towards them spirits of the dead. Them were their gods. I mean, they had other gods. I don't know about Jesus Christ, but their gods were their warriors and chiefs of long before them. And and then throughout that King Philip War, Mount Wachusett is not maybe 15 minutes away from this location. And that is where the stranglehold took in the King Philip War, and where Chief Metacom did a lot of his powwow dances, war dances, to hear across the lands for the Englishmen to hear him. And from here, maybe 15-20 minutes, I would say roughly, is Mount Wachusett. And I think this might have been a hideout, and I think this might have been, a place where if the Englishmen did come and they caught and heard them, which back in the day, you gotta remember, there was no noise like today, and the isolation of stuff back then, you could hear on mountains across the land. And if you're on top of one and they so happenly come by like now, they would charge down the mountain to ambush them. And not only that, would that be a hideout. Over here on the other side of the street, all in there is swamp. And Indians used to disappear in the swamps when the Englishmen, back in the day, when they did get into their battles. And if the Indians feel like they were losing, right into the swamps, disappear. And you could see, well, now this is all grown in. When I was back, I visited this house back in the, throughout the 90s and throughout the early 2000s. And I'll tell you right now, this ain't covered in like it was. You could practically almost see the highway across the way. And Indians, like I say, used to count on the mountains and the swamps to ambush the Englishmen, to hide from the Englishmen when they felt like they were losing. And not only that, there's ponds and lakes around here, if anybody knows the area, within the 10-mile radius throughout this whole land and stuff in Mount Wachusett. So they stayed close to the waters, the swamps, not only that, the mountains. And dogs coming out. Someone must be coming out. But like I said, I believe this was a hideout for the Indians up in these areas. One day I am going to get up in them hills, because there's a way to get up there. You see, look, this is a wide opening, and who knows, this could have been an opening to the mountains for them to climb through. And they thought they had a little road over here, but look, car, woo! But anyways, throughout this whole area, like I said, is a mountain within the golf course of Fitchburg, within this side, the other side of Franklin Road. And yeah, they do got that road on the side of this mountain that you can drive through, which is Franklin Road, which is down back the other way for this 5th Mass Turnpike Road. But like I'm saying, this, I believe, and I'm almost gonna put money on it, was a hiding place for the Indians while traveling to get to Mount Wachusett when they had to. And like I said, the swamps, the lakes, the waters are all around it. What they used to hide and make sure that they had water to drink, animals and stuff to cook, kill, whatever. And this is probably one of the I'm telling you, this has got to be one of their hiding places, because if my wife had that dream of them sitting up on the rocks, I'm telling you, this is, to me, a find that probably nobody else would ever know or think of in this series of events that happened back in the King Philip War. And as you can see, driving by all this, it's like going up a hill is right, coming up by the golf course and everything. Oh yeah, there's the tower. That tower. I think it goes over more though. There might be another rock back where I showed you. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, as you can see, there's that tower I was talking about. That's where I was. And I think it does go back, because I have been four-wheeling in them woods before, and it does go pretty high. And I can't say it was that rock they were on. But there is another rock back in the area where I was, so like I say, you can see, look at the hills and stuff in this area, this whole place, and them are the peaks over there. So, but up in them woods where that house is, I think that being near the swamp, being near the closer place towards Mount Wachusett, I'm gonna say it was a definite Indian hideout. And this could have been, I don't know if this golf course, when it was made, I'm going to look into it. If this land was already surveyed, you know, which I think it might have been. I don't know if they took out trees to make this golf course, but whatever it may be, I got to look into this. See if I can go to the town hall, look for some maps like they have or something. You know, landlines and stuff like that back in the day. I want to look into that, but I'm gonna get out here sometime. Give me some time to do it, but due to the fact that I got a lot of time that I gotta do this, but ain't no time to do it. But anyways, that's another video of my King Philip War series, and this is called The Hideout. Other than that, YouTube Nation, out. Till the next video.